has already left behind.
And we're driving the Chevy Weather Authority storm tracker through Carroll County this morning. We made a pit stop at the Westminster State Police Barracks. We'll give you a look at the road conditions here and the weather conditions here in a couple of minutes.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
5:16, our team coverage continues this morning with meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Yeah, she's out in our Chevy storm tracker checking on the ever-changing conditions as she's moving around from place to place. Amy, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we made it to the Westminster State Police Barracks where there's already a solid coating on the ground here. I know in this area yesterday they picked up between 5 and 7 inches, and that's exactly what we're seeing, especially on the grass here this morning. But we are noticing even the roads are snow covered. So if we take a look from the front view of the Chevy Weather Authority storm tracker, you can see just that. You can see that white covering the roads there. Cars are moving along just fine this morning, but it looks like most people are using extreme caution. Now it is snowing here at this hour. Actually, just before you guys came to us, that snow started picking up and temperatures are down. So let's take a look at where those temperatures are at right now. You'll notice temperatures are below freezing. We're at 28 degrees currently. Since we've been parked here, which has only been a couple of minutes, we've picked up 2/100ths of an inch of liquid. And I think right now that is a combination of snow and sleet. So we're going to continue monitoring the conditions here. We do plan to move around this morning so you guys know exactly what to expect as you head out. But Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed is in studio, and he's got a closer look at the radar, how much snow we picked up yesterday, and of course, most importantly, what we're expecting today, right, Vitas?
5:42, and our team coverage continues as we follow this winter storm and update you on all the school closings. We're hearing Caroline County schools are now closed, as well as Dorchester County schools.
In fact, every county in the state, because of Caroline, just went down except for Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester. They're the only ones we have not heard from yet. They allegedly are still open, but everybody else closed today. Of course, meteorologist Amy Aronson has been traveling around. She's in the Chevy storm tracker this morning, kind of looking at conditions. You were headed towards Westminster earlier, Amy. How is it?
You know, the snow has been continuous here, a light snow coming down. We're actually by the Westminster State Police Barracks right now, where they have several inches coating the ground here, and that's from what we saw yesterday, and we're certainly going to add to those snowfall totals today. If you take a look from the front of the Chevy Weather Authority storm tracker, you will notice the roads are snow covered. We just saw a line of plows go by, so they are trying to keep the roads clear here, but you'll notice some white stuff showing up on the roads at this hour. If you take a look at our current conditions here, temperatures are below freezing. So that means anything that's falling is trying to stick this morning. We're starting off with temperatures only in the upper 20s. If you take a look at precipitation so far today, here's been a combination of sleet and snow, only 3/100th of an inch so far. But of course, we are just getting started out here this morning. A long day ahead of us. We're going to continue to the weather conditions here, the morning straight into the afternoon, and we're actually going to continue our journey through Carroll. So we'll give you a look at what you can across the region.
All right, thank you. It is students.
Stay with us as we continue to track more. Which areas will be hit the hardest? 5:44.
6:13, and our team coverage continues with meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Yeah, she's been out in a Chevy storm tracker, checking on the ever-changing conditions as she's moving around from place to place. And joining us now in the front seat, Amy Aronson.
Yeah, we're taking a little tour of historic Westminster right now. So I'm going to give you a look at the roads. We're going to jump right into it. As you can see, roads are snow covered here. If you take a look at the side of the roads, you'll notice all that snow that fell yesterday has accumulated there. So they got several inches here. Bit of a winter scene here this morning. I do want to give you a look at the sky here. So as you can see, some snow and sleet falling at this hour. It has picked up some just within the past 30 minutes or so. And if you take a look at the weather conditions here, currently temperatures are below freezing. So we've got temperatures in the upper 20s, and I did just do a quick check of the road temperatures here, and those temperatures are also right around freezing. So you do have to be prepared for some slickness on the streets here this morning. You'll notice we are going very slowly. You also see a plow. Let me switch you over there. You can see a plow right to our right there. So they are trying to keep the roads clear, and we're going to continue to monitor these conditions and let you know exactly what we're seeing out here throughout the morning. Back to you guys.
Yesterday, and while I was leaving work yesterday, I called my wife who works in York, Pennsylvania, and she said they had 5 inches at that point. We just had about an inch or two in Timonium. There were the state troopers littering both sides of the highway dealing with accidents, just leaving at about 11:30, 12 o'clock yesterday from here.
I headed toward the Carroll County area. My husband had already had to shovel one round of it to help me get in the driveway, and then had to go back out later. So it's been falling for a long time. No end in sight so far. That snow in Pennsylvania, part of the same storm that did make its way through our area and cause so many problems. We're going to continue our team coverage with meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Yeah, she's roaming around the region, checking out conditions in our Chevy storm tracker. Has the latest for us so far. Amy.
Yeah, I've made my way now to historic Westminster, where it is a winter wonderland despite it officially being spring now. We are looking at snow-covered streets and parking lots here, but they are working to clear them. You'll notice there is a small plow working to clear the lot that we're currently parked in here this morning. So they are working to keep up with this storm. If you take a look at the sky here now, this is a view from our Chevy Weather Authority storm tracker. You can see the snow is coming down. Light in intensity right now, but that will change as the day goes on. We're also keeping a close eye on our weather conditions here. Temperatures are below freezing, so as a result, of course, we are seeing that snow. We have picked up 0.05 of an inch of liquid, and that's mostly been a combination of snow and sleet so far this morning. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on the conditions here. We're going to continue to roam around Carroll County as the morning goes on. Right now we're seeing slushy coating on the roads, but it looks like drivers are using extreme caution, and hopefully they'll continue to do so, especially as the day goes on. Now, Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed is in studio, and he's got a closer look at what to expect as the day goes on. Vitas?
Yeah, Amy, it looks like
Winter storm. Let's check in again with meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Yeah, she's been traveling around. Vitas has been giving us the numbers here from inside the storm center, but Amy's been driving around kind of with our mobile unit, actually looking at what those things look like, the numbers and how they feel. Right, Amy?
Yeah, exactly. And they picked up some significant snow here in Carroll County yesterday. We're seeing that left behind this morning. We're now hanging out in historic Westminster, a very snowy scene here. You'll notice we've got snow on the sidewalks, even a slushy coating on the roads, despite the plows making circles down the main street here this morning. If we take a look up at the sky, it's pretty hard to see, but we are just seeing some teeny tiny snowflakes right now. So that is the current scene here, a bit of a break in the action. The temperatures are cold. Temperatures are below freezing, well below freezing. Upper 20s at the moment. If we take a look at the precipitation so far for today, I know it says rain for today, but technically that's been a mix of sleet and snow. So although we are catching a brief break in the action right now, things will be picking up as the day goes on. So Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed is in the studio, and he's got a breakdown of what we've already seen out here in Carroll County and what we can expect later today. Right, Vitas?
yeah, and it looks like as we see maybe a little bit of a break, we have more.
And we are continuing our team coverage all morning long, seeing what's going on out there with the snow. Meteorologist Amy Aronson is in the middle of it.
Yeah, she's been heading out in our Chevy storm tracker, driving around, checking out different conditions for us. Where are you now, Amy?
So we've made our way north. We're up at McDaniel College, and I just checked on their website, and they are closed for the day due to the weather. If we take a look at the conditions here, I'll switch you over to our front view from our Chevy Weather Authority storm tracker. You'll notice the plows have been out, so the roads have been plowed, but there's still a decent coating on them. You'll notice all the snow is piled up on the grass, so they picked up several inches here yesterday. Most spots ended up with a solid 5 to 7 inches. You'll see that piled up on all the cars here this morning. So yeah, snow left behind from yesterday and more to come today. If we take a look at your weather conditions here, temperatures are well below freezing. So anything that fell yesterday is frozen this morning. We are seeing some slick spots on the roads as we made our way here, so that's what you have to watch out for as you venture out this morning. So we'll continue to travel around Carroll County, giving you a look at both the road and the weather conditions here as the morning goes on. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Amy. We are getting pictures and videos that you have been sending in of the storm. George sent us this picture from Bel Air of the nor'easter. Luckily, it doesn't look like the snow was too deep there.
No, we're continuing to.
It's 8:15 and our team coverage continues this morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Amy Aronson. She's been out in the Chevy storm tracker all morning, and you've been all over the place and seen all kinds of conditions. What do you have now?
Yeah, exactly, Patrice. We've now traveled over to Hampstead this morning, and for the first time, we're actually starting pick up here, so I'm going to send you right out to the road, show you exactly what we're seeing. If you take a look, you'll notice there is a slushy coating on the roads. We are using extreme caution and going nice and slow this morning to avoid those slick spots. You can also see those flakes are flying, and notice they are much bigger than the flakes we saw earlier this morning. So those flakes are picking up in size, picking up in intensity. You'll also notice a whole lot of snow left over from yesterday. Take a look at all that snow piled up on the grass there. That's been plowed off to the side, but they did pick up several inches here yesterday. A solid 5 to 7 inches. So this was one of the hardest hit areas yesterday, and now it looks like a band is picking up here right now. So we should see some additional accumulations. If you take a look at our sky view, we are seeing just that. So we are seeing those flakes coming down this morning. Now let's check in on those weather conditions here in Carroll County. Temperatures are cold, well below freezing right now. So we are currently hanging out at 27 degrees. Take note of that rain for today. That's really just been a combination of snow and sleet since we've been out this morning. 0.07 of an inch. I have a feeling now that snow is picking up here, we're going to see that number climb. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on the conditions here. We're going to continue to cruise around Carroll County this morning, especially now that snow is picking back up, give you a look at exactly what you can expect. Now, Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed is in studio. He's also looking at the conditions, the radar, and he's also got to look at what you can expect for the rest of the day.
That it's on our way. That's actually hit us yesterday and will continue again today. Right now, meteorologist Amy Aronson is continuing our team coverage. She's been roaming around the region, checking out the conditions in our Chevy storm tracker. Amy, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Yeah, we've made our way to Hampstead now, and as you can see, the snow is picking up. So for the first time this morning, we are seeing some big flakes come down, and that's quickly accumulating on the roads and the parking lots here. So we are seeing that slushy coating on the roads. I'll give you a look from the front of our Chevy Weather Authority storm tracker. Although cars seem to be moving along just fine, you'll notice they're not completely wet anymore. Plows are moving through, and that seems to be the case here in the parking lot too. So if we take a look at where your temperatures are at, cold morning, temperatures well below freezing. So we're currently hanging out in the upper 20s. That means anything that's falling is coming down as snow right now and having no trouble sticking. Also take note of that rain for today. That's just total precipitation. So that's been a combination of sleet and snow since we've been out early this morning. We're now up to 1/10 of an inch. Now winds haven't been much of an issue yet. You'll notice our wind speeds are down. We're only coming in around 1 mile per hour, but eventually we should see that number go up as the day goes on, as snow continues to increase and the storm really continues to intensify. So we're going to continue to keep a close eye on the conditions here. We're going to continue to cruise around Carroll County, let you know exactly what to expect as you head out this morning. Now, Vitas Reed is in studio, and he is keeping a close eye on the...
What's happening with that investigation, but in the meantime, we want to get back to our team coverage of the snow that is hitting us directly here. We want to check in with meteorologist Amy Aronson.
She's been out in her Chevy storm tracker and has been watching the conditions change as she's been traveling around this morning. Amy.
Yeah, we are seeing that snow come down steadily now. We're out in Carroll County keeping a close eye on the conditions here. You'll notice there's a decent in the parking lot, and they just came through and plowed here not too long ago. The roads also have slushy coating to about 1 inch on them now, making for some slippery travel. It looks like most drivers are using extreme caution this morning. You'll notice some people are out there cleaning off their cars. So people are starting to get up and moving on this very snowy day. If we take a look at our weather conditions out here, it is cold. So temperatures are coming in below freezing. We're currently hanging out in the upper 20s right now. In terms of how much precipitation we've seen so far today, we're currently at 1/10 of an inch, just over 1/10 of an inch. And that's since we've been out early this morning. That's not really rain. It's been a combination of sleet. And now it is pure snow out here in Carroll County. So it looks like people are trying to get out and moving despite the snow today. But yeah, we are still seeing that steady snow at this hour, and I have a feeling that's going to continue, and that will continue to accumulate. So Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed is in studio. He's got a closer look at how much snow we've already seen, how much snow we're going to see before the day's over. Vitas?
Your hair likes to attract that snow, Amy.
I know. Look, it's covered now.
yeah, definitely. And that's what we'll see. It's going to continue to pile up.
News. Our team coverage continues with meteorologist Amy Aronson.
Yeah, she's been out in her Chevy storm tracker all morning long, checking on the ever-changing conditions. You were in Carroll County earlier. Amy, you still in that in Carroll County as the snow continues to build there, I guess?
Yeah, still in Carroll County, guys, working our way back towards Westminster now. As you can see, a whole lot of snow here. Look at this big snow pile. I have a feeling this is piled up from yesterday. The plows have been working nonstop here. We've been seeing them rotate through this morning, but as you can see, it is now Snowing steadily, so we do have a decent coating in the parking lot here, the areas that haven't been plowed just yet. If we take a look at the conditions here, certainly cold enough for the snow. Temperatures are checking in the upper 20s right now. And now we're starting to see that precipitation for today go up. That's mostly snow now. We are currently up to 0.2 of an inch. Now, winds have not been that bad yet today. We are currently tracking wind speeds between 2 and 3 miles per hour, so not too bad at all, but I have a feeling those winds will also be picking up as snow continues here this morning. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on the conditions here in Carroll County. We're traveling around, keeping an eye on the roads, but I can say conditions have worsened since we've been out here this morning. I know just driving back from Hampstead, roads are snow covered, so it took us a little longer. We're encountering some slick spots across the region. So once again, guys, we'll keep an eye on conditions out here. But yeah, certainly a snow day underway. Check this out. We're by a Chick-fil-A, and it looks like they're even closed. Back to you guys.
Oh, chicken biscuits, huh?
I know that Chick-fil-A well.